what are the kind of the basic ways of producing video, and again, what are best practices for doing that?
So, I mean, I think one of the best investments developers can make, and anybody for that matter can make, is reallocating marketing budget to human resources, and specifically to a videographer and an editor. And among the two of them, somebody there, and these are just two people. I mean, if you have more of a budget, you can go to 3 people, and a graphic designer. So, you know, if you can get those 3 functions, the videography, the graphic design, and the editing, the video editing, those are really the 3 skill sets you need. And I would try to find, you know, an individual for each of them. The graphic design, from a time consumption perspective, a lot of the times the editors will have, video editors will have graphic design knowledge. So, you know, you could use them, but I would definitely hire full-time people and produce this content.
And so as far as the videographer, so the editing and the graphic design, that could be something that is done remotely, actually. But as far as the videography is concerned, that's somebody that has to be there with you in person. So what?
So I would, yeah, I mean.
So what's their job description, actually?
Well, so for example, the entrepreneur who's hired us to do, really, we manage the whole thing end to end. We have our full-time employee is with him pretty much at all times. It's odd hours. So like this particular entrepreneur, he likes to wake up at 3:30 in the morning and go to the gym. He's like, you know, that's how he starts his day. So when it's time for us to, let's say, for example, film like a day in the life of, and it starts at 3:30 a.m., the videographer is at his house at 3:30 a.m. And that day may have been a long day, because then he would have gone till 10 p.m. at night because he had like some dinner meetings, and then everything in between. So now that's a particularly long day. And then we would balance that off, and maybe the next day giving the guy a day off or giving him the afternoon off.
I see.
But videographers in general, it's very odd hours, and you just plan it ahead of time. But as far as the job description is concerned, it's things like, first of all, you have to know who to hire. You have to hire the right person, and then you have to manage that person, and you have to form a bond with that person. Like, that person is going to be involved in your life. They're going to be around, you know, quite a bit. So certain skills they have to have. You got to see their work, and you've got to, you know, you're rolling the dice like any other hire. You're rolling the dice to a certain degree.
And are they filming everything, Gary, that you're doing? Or
no, they're not filming everything. We're selective. We're selective about what we film. A lot of the times when it comes to like business content, like this person that's retained us to do, you know, to promote his personal brand and to create his personal brand. A lot of the times he'll say, hey, turn off the camera and go. Like, it's in a meeting, it's proprietary, it's private. You can't be in this meeting. It's not a reality show. So it's,
right.
You know, a lot of the times it's monologues. A lot of the times it's, you know, a real estate professional will talk about something. So even the same way that I'm sitting in front of my computer now and speaking with you, there could be a camera and I could be talking. There would be potentially multiple cameras set up, maybe 2 cameras on me, so to get me from different angles. So you do what's called pattern interrupters, where you kind of switch from camera to camera. And if you
that's the click that you did with that edit in that bit. It's really good.
Yeah. And it's just good for attention. It keeps the audience more engaged in the video. And then there's B-roll integration. So there's a lot of different things, but you develop your own kind of cinematic style over time, and you have to really communicate with that videographer.
And what about if you don't have a videographer or a budget to hire a videographer? What would you recommend somebody to get going?
Yeah, you can literally take this phone, put it on video mode, and you can flip it sideways, and that gives you actually like a proper horizontal format for YouTube video. And the sound is great. You know what? I do it all the time. And I actually send my clips off to our team here for Valeria's channel, and they integrate it into our vlogs. Listen, there's also some scripting. Like, there's also scripting involved. There's planning. It's like, you know, it's like any other business. You just have to start. You have to start iterating.